Yo, dude, can I get a ham sandwich, please? I'm trying to turn my local game of Commander into solitaire by going infinite because that is the proper optimal way to play Magic the Gathering. Record scratch is what you thought I'd say. This right here is your brain, and this right here is your brain on infinites. Don't do it, kids. I know it seems appetizing because it might look like the easy path to victory, a shortcut to dubskis in Magic the Gathering, but you couldn't be more wrong. Going infinite is for cowards, and here's why. Exhibit A, Iszic Scepter, goes infinite with a ham sandwich like dramatic reversal, untapping all that stuff, snap returning stuff, and untapping lands, which could include Temple of False God. I mean, now we get, you guessed it, infinite mana, but what do we do with it? Because that's the other part of the combo. Well, we need some draw spells like Blue Sun Zenith, Stroke of Genius, Brain Geyser, make our opponents draw 1 million cards and die, or we draw 1 million cards and not die with Laboratory Maniac, and that's it. We won the game. Bing, bada, boom. And the real question is, did that feel earned? Did you go through the steps of the hero's journey? No, we didn't. What about some, drama, some high stakes, low stakes? There's drama, excitement, comedy, and tragedy. That's all fart from a butt. Am I right? But Quipsig, what about the fact that I had to assemble Iszic Scepter, Dramatic Reversal, and Blue Sun Zenith? That's 3 cards I basically built Exodia. I deserve the victory. Well, let me introduce you to the humble Exquisite Blood, Sanguine Bond combo. It's like the op. You get one shot by this, and that's 2 cards, because 2-card combos go crazy. But what if that's not enough? Let me introduce you to the humble Exquisite Blood and Veto Thorn of the Dusk Rose. Guess what? Hey, guess what? You lose life, you gain life, and you gain life, you lose life, and it's crazy. But what if that's not enough? Well, let me introduce you to the humble Veto Thorn of the Dusk Rose and Bloodthirsty Conqueror. My goodness, another 2-card incredible. It's like, instead of dueling me like a gentleman, you have a trick up your sleeve, and now I'm dead. You have a hollow victory, good sir, a hollow victory indeed. Ah, but my good sir, if you're so concerned about 2-card combos, why don't you run a little bit more removal? Well, of course, what a great point you make, is what you thought I'd say. The thing about infinite combo players, they will fight to the death to protect their precious, precious combo pieces. It's this whole thing, instead of building a good deck, they instead have this machine built around redundancy of infinite combo effects, because they gotta have the Veto and the Sanguine, and then if they don't have the Sanguine, they gotta have the Exquisite and the Bloodthirsty Conqueror, and maybe an Enduring Tenacity to make sure, because if you really think about it, they're protecting themselves from the future by knowing that putting an infinite combo is gonna get removed. They have to run redundancy for their infinite combo, which means we are removing more of their things, so they need more redundancy, so they go back in time to remove the redundancies from happening. But this wouldn't have happened if they had just picked a different win condition than going infinite. They wouldn't have to do this whole crazy shenanigans about infinite. There are way better ways. Commander should maybe be a brawl instead of an I win button if you have a dual caster mage and a twin flame. Because let's think about it, right? It's a crutch. You don't need dual caster mage making infinite combos with the twin flame in red. Let's be real, you got cooler stuff going on than just pulling an infinite out of your ass. Ozir Axanil is sick, Gornog the Red Reaper is sick, Cowards can't block warriors. You would know, cowards, wouldn't you, infinite players? No excuses to run Peregrine Took and Nuka-Cola Vending Machine, because you go crazy infinite, you make a bunch of stuff, you draw your whole deck, you make a bunch of treasures, it's whatever. Why would you need to do that? There are no excuses, just build better, all right? Does victory mean that much to you? When you play in the Elite Four and you fight them, do you immediately turn on the cheat codes and the hacks, throwing away your entire hero's journey to get to that point? From that small starting town all the way to the Elite Four? And sure, fighting them, you might end up in the Poke Center a few times, but that will teach you how else are you supposed to get better. Any prepubescent child can throw together a Kinnan Bonder Prodigy Basalt Monolith Infinite Mana Combo Blaster, but a real gamer plays commanders that are fun, exciting, cool, and can win without going infinite. Now, it's more challenging, sure, but that builds character. If you don't know who you are without the suit, you don't deserve the suit. Maya Angelou once said that. Now, of course, don't get any ideas like putting Walking Ballista in a deck with Heliod Suncrown and get like infinite lifelink +1/+1 blaster damage, or using Mikaeus the Hollow to like recur your Walking Ballista over and over again and do a bunch of like death triggers. Because even though Ballista stuff is cool, I don't want you to get any ideas, especially with the aforementioned Mikaeus the Unhollowed running like Triskelion, which can do infinite damage as well, and can recur itself over and over again, or murders red cap because it has persist, so it like dies but comes back and then it cancels out the persist, and then you can just do infinite damage. Really, anything with persist goes crazy, but don't get any ideas, all right? I honestly really don't get any ideas, like putting Lavinia Azorius Renegade with knowledge pool, meaning no one can cast their spells because only your opponents, they get their stuff. They can't cast it without, paying its mana cost, and if they do, the Lavinia counts. Don't get any ideas like putting Omen Machine with Lavinia Azorius Renegade either, because then that means that they can't actually cast any spells and they're sort of locked out of the game. Or using Teferi Time Raveler and Omen Machine to make it so that they can only cast at sorcery speed, and since they'd cast the Omen Machine thing at their draw step, it doesn't actually happen. Or use Soulless Jailer that says you actually can't cast from exile, and then nobody gets to play the game. Or using Boromir Ward, since they're casting without mana cost, it gets countered, and then they don't get to play either. Or Vexing Baba, which does the same thing. Or Teferi, which actually does the same thing as well with Omen Machine, or the other one, the Knowledge Pool. It's a ham sandwich. If you don't get it by now, that's what it means. Infinite with the ham sandwich. You have so many of these stupid combos that work the same. Do not play that. Seriously, I do not get any ideas, and I do not want to see you play that. But if you had to go infinite, if there was a puppy whose life was on the line about to be sniped, and you had to go infinite, here's what I would do. We start off with Lethal Vapors, 2 and 2 black for an enchantment. Whenever a creature comes into play, destroy it. We don't care about that. But for 0, you can destroy Lethal Vapors. You skip your next turn. Anyone can activate this unless we have Grand Abolisher, which says our opponents can't actually activate stuff during our turn. So we have it. It's our turn. Lethal Vapors is on the stack. Then we pay the 0 ability like 1 billion times, and then we cast Teferi's Protection. So until our next turn, our life total can't change. We gain protection from everything. Our permanents all phase out. It's awesome. We're basically gone from the game for the next 1,000 turns because we skipped it all. Then all of our Chain of Vapor things resolve. We skip our next 1 billion turns. And when we come back and phase back in with Teferi's Protection, all of our opponents have drawn their libraries because like 1 million turns have passed. And so they have no cards in hand. And their library is empty and they died. And there's no way they survived it all because they drew their entire deck out. And it was really awesome and cool and kind of fun. That one is an interesting combo. I like that one. But honestly, don't get any ideas. Do not try that at home. It's bad. And there's better decks that do that better. So don't go infinite like that, all right? Because going infinite is for cowards. And yet the monkey paw curls. There's something even worse out there. Non-deterministic combos. These ones you can't even fast forward like Adam Sandler click. You must manual labor, assign them Rube Goldberg machine, attending to each and every trigger dutifully and figuring out, all right, this triggers something else and then this triggers this again. It's a lot. I dare say going almost infinite is for psychopaths. You are worse than the cowards of infinite combos. And how do I know? I've been where you are. I used to play Zamone Mystery Unraveler. This Simic commander has landfall. I know, a cardinal sin. When land enters, we manifest dread, which is look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one onto the battlefield face down, the other in your graveyard. This would go crazy with Eudora Grave Gardener because then when non-token things die, return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control as a forest. And Zamone, when a land enters the second time, we can flip up those permanents. And where this goes crazy, Whisperwood Elemental. We can sacrifice the Whisperwood Elemental until end of turn, face up non-token creatures, gain when this creature dies, manifest the top card of your library. So this thing gets sacrificed, comes back as Eudora Forest, and then a forest triggers Zamone, and then we flip up this thing, and then we sacrifice it again, and then we manifest over and over and over and over again, and then we manifest. We don't know what we're manifesting. It's like 4D chess. All right, my brain hurt trying to play it, and I don't even think I won, even with that combo, because I'm just bad, I guess. In Dante's Inferno, the special layer right here is for non-deterministic combos. It is intrinsically worse of a play experience than infinite combos. So yeah, it's really bad. Just win with combat damage or drain or reanimate or even Aetherflux Reservoir. Please just put me out of my mercy, all right? I just dare to escape this game of Magic. Don't ever non-deterministic infinite combo me. I'd rather just die to an infinite because then at least the game is over as opposed to waiting forever. But yeah, anyway, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you subscribe, subscribe. If you want to support me, go on my Patreon, link down below. It's super sick. You can get custom commander decks. I'll roast your deck. I'll help you out on my Twitch stream, Quips and Guac _. Super fun and cool. Please I love you guys. Anyway, I've also got sick playmats for sale. They look so good in real life. Oh my goodness. Also, I've got a Discord, fun and free and cool. Also linked down below. Come and join it. It's fun and cool and stuff. But yeah, what do you guys think about infinite combos? Do you have your favorite silly, goofy one? Or just super evil, I win instantly? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.